Push the weight and now flex. The live is 1 in the 6. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You a runner, motherfucker, high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker, never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's Friday, y'all. It's time to bleed. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I'm fighting a cold, but I'll be all right. Let's do this roll call because I want to get to the smoke. My brother Run Round with George in the building. Go subscribe to my brother One Round with George. Yes, sir. Salute. G. McCall, Columbia. Michael Fleming. Joe, what up, Joe? And salute to everybody on Rumble. Link is pinned to the top. Y'all go follow me on Rumble also, because there's going to be mornings where what I have to say here won't fly. So to get the full context and the real passion of the point I'm making, when I feel it's not for YouTube ears, we just make the lateral move to Rumble. The stream will end on YouTube, but it will keep grinding on Rumble. Just make the lateral move. It's all good. Tay, good morning. Miss Van Houder, good morning. K-Rob, my brother. Enigmatic son, Perfect Black. There go my brother, Couch Potato Bud, man. What's good, brother? How are you? Always a pleasure. Salute. Robert Singleton. Snoop. Eric H. Dion next up. 4-ounce Sniper. Bernard Gilbert. Shaolin. Vince over there on Rumble. Salute. Chilltown Majors. Main Biker. Dill Spoolie over there on Rumble. Dale Anderson. No Smoke in the building. Cop Aborigines. George over there on Rumble. Salute. Mr. Mont, the real OG Mr. Mont in that super chat earlier. Salute to you, good brother. Always a pleasure. Yes, sir. LPRN over there on Rumble. Salute. All right, smash the like button. Hype the video on YouTube. Share it on YouTube. We are our own algorithm. Miguel ain't doing anything for us, but now we have options. So they're going to get the PG-13 over here, but y'all get the rated R over there on Rumble. Because sometimes, you know, you gotta speak with vigor. True Boxing Night, my brother, salute. So let's get to this. A lot of people have been saying, hey, man, saying all this about Ryan Garcia, but Turkey Al-Sheikh seems to be rewarding him. And to those small-time thinkers, first of all, to the people that have emailed me this or have went in my chat to say this and to brag about Ryan's financial success, Tone, what up? First of all, you don't know whether his finances are a success. You don't know that. But I know you wish him well, and I want you to understand that I see you, because I look at the person that you're wishing well, which tells me everything I need to know about you as a human being, which isn't much. So the question is, why is Ryan being rewarded for his bad behavior by Turkey? Is he? The black man over there on Rumble, salute. Is he being rewarded? Let me break this down. And I'm only going to do this live one time, because obviously you short-term thinkers, you people that don't have faith in a higher power, that's fine. You're entitled to do that. You know, you atheists or whatever. I'm not talking bad about anything. I'm just going to point some things out. You can't tell me that you get what you put out without a belief in a higher power. It don't go like that. I'm not going to preach to you this morning. I'm just not going to preach to you this morning. In all walks of life, somebody has been done wrong, And in your heart of hearts, you say, you know what? This person's going to get his. By way of what? By way of what? I'm telling you, you do get what you put out. Yeah, salute, Queen. Eric Jordan in the building. Salute. You do get what you're putting out. But what determines that? 88, salute. What determines that? You're openly admitting that you believe in a higher power. But I'm not going to preach you this morning. I'm just going to give you some facts. Let me ask you a question. Is the WBC operating under a thought of righteousness? Steve O, salute. Do you believe the WBC is operating from a place of righteousness? Do you believe that? Do you believe the WBC is acting out of a place of righteousness? Derek Gaines, salute. Because I don't think so. We all know what we see. We all saw the Chris Mannix interview. We all watched it. I reviewed it right here. There was no part of that where it made sense. They're clearly not operating under a place of righteousness. They're doing what's best for business, what's best for business, what's best for business, what's best for business, what's best for business. 100%. Funny how boxing is a business when your favorite fighter is benefiting from a corrupt system. But when that corrupt system has done everything within its power to make something or someone that they're promoting become top tier, and that fails on his face, it's everyone else's fault but the system that enabled them. So when I ask you, is the WBC operating from a place of righteousness? The answer is clearly no. Drew, why are you saying that? Well, Black Jericho, salute. Well, Ryan Garcia lost versus Rolly Romero at 140 pounds. He still could have fought Devin Haney off of that loss. Turkey was willing to pay for it, but he said his hand was broken. That's what he said. He goes away. He's coddled. He's on the Ring Magazine shows, and people are talking to him like he didn't do anything. And I'm watching this, and I know there's a method to all of this madness because, you know, a lot of people are fuming. I had to tell people, calm down. Calm down. It's not on our time. You see, what y'all don't understand is sometimes God will build you up to break you down, because then once you get broken down, that's when we see what type of character you have. You want an example of that? Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner was next up. They were calling him Mr. Me Too because he was the next thing closest to Floyd. Stylistically, he fought like Pretty Boy Floyd. He was a dog, had a good chin. In one fight, changed his whole career. And look at him now. Now, when you have a loss to that magnitude, that's God saying, okay, now, what you finna do with that? Are you going to sink or are you going to swim? Now, AB's been in the ring since the Maidana loss, but he's never been the same since. So he sank, and now every time he's a joke. Drunk in public, Blair the Flair knocking his teeth out. He was never prepared for real Showtime. What's real Showtime? Not the lights and boxing and a million people in the stadium. No, he was prepared for that. He wasn't prepared for what came with that. His finances are out of order. His mental health ain't good. He almost drank himself to death. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away, right? So God sat him down. And hopefully he'll find success somewhere else. It don't necessarily have to be in boxing. Yeah, I know, George, and he failed. After the Maidana fight, he failed. And that's my point. Who are you when the lights are not on you? That's exactly my point, George. He had a lot of opportunity. Mikey Garcia, he got the Pacquiao fight. He was never the same. If he smoked Maidana and that never happened, we might have been looking at a different Adrian Broner. But the drinking issue was still there. Substance abuse was still there. Him acting out on social media was still there. So before it got worse, God took it away from him. He said, you got to sit down, because if I bless you with all of these things in abundance, it's going to make you a bigger asshole than what you already are in your heart. So you got to sit down, man. I'm saving you from yourself. Now, y'all don't have to believe me or rock with that. Y'all do what y'all want with that. This is what I know. I see this all the time. I see this all the time. And there's still time for AB, not in the boxing ring. But he has to figure out who he is as a man. Because it's old now. You got gray in your beard. All of this trolling online and stuff, it's corny now, bro. It's corny. Main biker in that super chat, he says, to crush one's dream, you first raise their hopes high. Hey, bro, they don't get what you just said, good brother. Stormy in the building. They don't get what you just said. They don't get it. PGH, salute. Tone, what up? Michael Ray. To get broken down, listen, bodybuilding. You don't get big overnight. Do you know the mechanics behind, the science behind bodybuilding? When you start lifting weights, it hurts. You're probably not as strong as you want to be. You're tearing your muscles up. That's why you hurt. That's why you get up out of bed the next morning and your legs hurt, your arms hurt. But eventually, you properly rest it and you go back to it. And after like 6 months or so, you're a little stronger in the gym. It starts to show. Between proper diet, but you're breaking down those muscles, you're ripping those muscles, and they repair themselves. And when they repair themselves because they're preparing for the next work. You got to break it down and build it up. That's what God does to all of us. You see it in movies all the time. The main character's having a great time, and he's doing this and she's doing that, and then some tragedy happens. And they lose it all, no matter what it is. Then what are you going to do? Do you fold and get all suicidal and say, I don't want it, I don't want it, Or do you say, you know what? Time to bleed. Trouble Man. Who remembers Trouble Man in the 70s? I get up getting down. Y'all even know what that means? I'm old, man. I get up getting down. What? Lost my job? Psh, I ain't got time to cry about it. I got to get another job. And it's going to hurt. You might cry. But cry to get back in the saddle. Ain't no one gonna feel sorry for you. Let me ask you a question. When Devin lost, quote unquote, to Ryan Garcia, you stood in that ring. He tried to shake, the Garcias tried to shake the Haney's hands. B-Hop got in the middle of that. The punk that he is. Jermaine, what up? And they put the mic in Devin's face, and he said, Allah's the perfect planner. And 3 days later, Oscar ran into him jogging, because you know on the West Coast, they live in the same neighborhood, right? He went home and started jogging. Did Devin leave and go to the back and cry? I know for a fact he didn't. We were there. You can't move that young man. He ain't cry. And if he did, we ain't see it. I know he was back in the gym 2 days later. I know that. Brooklyn Born saluting that super chat. He says, salute to the truth. Those Rumble streams hit different. Hashtag LDBC. Oh, salute to you, good brother. Yes, they do. When I feel I'm about to get passionate, I will shut down the YouTube stream and y'all make the lateral move over the Rumble and we will continue. DB, what up? Because Miguel is riding mines. But he has to fully monetize all of my videos now. Since I'm professional, I'm perfectly capable of watching my mouth here. When I feel it's about to get profane, click the link at the top. It's pinned. That's my Rumble. And we all head up over there. Where Miguel can't touch us, because you know he wants to touch us. You pillow biter.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Right.
Get your hand off my penis!
Lord, what up? Well, anyway. Devin ain't cry about it, but when Ryan lost to Broly, was he not in the ambulance crying? Or the van, whatever? He was crying. He was crying, yeah. They start crying and lying. When Tank fought Lamont Roach to a draw, he started talking about grease in his hair and how people, oh, they hate you 1 minute and they love you the next. Whatever he said. Why would you point that out? Devin was in Brooklyn being made fun of. He didn't care. He don't care about what you say. Dev, you lost? Yeah, Allah's a perfect planner. And guess what happened? By the time I landed in St. Martin, I got a phone call. I said, oh, God, no, I don't want to deal with this. Because I know what comes with it. And here we are. 2 years later. But Drew, it seems like God is rewarding Ryan Garcia. That's because you're on the outside. You don't know what you're looking at. You really don't know what you're looking at. You don't know. Now let me go back to the WBC. Are they acting within a place of righteousness? Not in boxing, no. You learned that with Bud Crawford. Bust this. Y'all are just now seeing what we already knew. George knew, Stormy knew, I knew, a lot of y'all knew. But now it's like blatantly in your face. It's in your face. There's no denying it. And to side with everything that Ryan Garcia has done and to ignore everything he's done, that tells me everything I need to know about you. Main Biker says God works in mysterious ways. Here's what I'm going to say about that, because we've heard that like all our lives. If you don't know how God works, then it's mysterious. I know how God works. That's why I don't play with that guy. Everything that I do, I understand. Okay, every action has a reaction. If I do this, this is going to come back. That's why I don't play with people over the internet. That's why I don't troll people. That's why I don't bother people in the street. I walk around with a smile. I say good morning. If I catch eyes with you for more than a second, I smile and say, hey, how you doing? What's up, brother? How you doing, sister? What's going on, OG? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hey, have a good evening. They see my big ass. Oh, shit, what he going to do? Good morning. Oh. Nighttime, I'm walking into my building. I see an old woman with a cane. And I saw it on her. I walk past her, I say, good morning. I say, good evening, ma'am. You all right? Oh, hey, okay, yeah, I'm fine. Okay, have a good night. You all right? Okay. Going to her Uber. I diffused it. That's how you got to be. Perfect Black, salute. Eric Jordan, that super chat. He says, Ninja Sword is the greatest planner. Miguel Ishin in his boots. Of course.
Give power to my nigger sword! ¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Salute, EJ. So, y'all think he's being awarded. He's getting all this airtime. He's on these shows. He's talking boxing like nothing happened. Like nothing happened, right? Y'all ever heard that term, the wrath of God? Have y'all read the Bible? And again, I'm not going to get biblical on y'all. But in that book, you've seen God get his lick back for being disobedient. You've seen it. You've probably heard the stories. Read it. Read it. When God gets his lick back, ain't no coming back from that. Brothers UK in that super chat, he says, peace, Brother Drew. Peace to you, good brother. Much love and appreciation. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Which is why I say it's not in my hands. And I know it could be annoying to watch what Deontay Wilder's going through, what Devin went through. You see, I want you to understand something. When I say it's not, Chris Legg, salute. When I say it's not in our plan, Jay Bean, what up? Yep. I said years ago, when people say, well, if Deontay has the proof, why don't he share it? I said, y'all didn't hear him say the doctor told him what happened to the side of his face had nothing to do with a boxing glove. It was definitely a blunt object. Y'all didn't hear him say the doctor said that? Literally people saying call the police, and if it was this, if it was that, you have people in the media just disregarding him. And of course there's a racial aspect of it. Did Simon Jordan, because I don't know, y'all got to tell me, did Simon Jordan cut down Ryan Garcia for his racist outbursts? Anybody over there in the UK do that? Did they cut him down? I don't know. They might have mentioned it, but not to the degree as we have. Here's what I know. We went into detail, and us as black fight fans, pun intended to my brother black fight fan, right? We got into detail, and we also said this is typical. We said that. Coming from an insecure person, and how they handle it. How the media handled it. They coddled this kid. They coddled Teofimo Lopez. They justified what he said. Oh, he was on drugs. Oh, well, so your girl could tell you, your wife could tell you, I committed adultery, but I was drunk. Oh, okay, you was drunk. What? Listen, if I think a woman's unattractive when I'm sober, when I'm drunk, she's going to turn into the Blanca from Street Fighter. And I'm just not going to be polite about it no more. It's like, yo, no thank you, ma'am, no thank you. After a few shots, it's like, chick, get away from me. A drunk mind speaks a sober heart. A high mind speaks a sober heart. Gio James, salute. And I know we're watching this thing like, well, it can't be that bad because they have him on TV and this, that, and the third. And, you know, the WBC is doing all of this for him. I just told you, God will build you up to break you down. And he thinks he's been broken down. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. I'm telling you he hasn't. Which is why I'm sitting here and look, I'm past looking at how the media and the fanatics have accepted this behavior. Because then when we talk about racism, y'all want to cut us down for that. Oh, it's not racist. Well, how's Ryan Garcia even around? Because if Devin Haney was Jewish, Ryan be living in a box, eating the wise in that strong house. Salute to you, good brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Where is, all right, I got you. Salute to you. There's people saying we gotta be wrong. And there is a God, because every time we turn around, Ryan talking about God and save the babies. And God must be blessing them. Okay, if that's how you want to look at it. Okay. All I see is the people justifying his actions. Right? And y'all think y'all got a dub off of this. Okay. Y'all are ignoring the fact that he's ducked Devin. He's ducked Devin. I appreciate that, Eden. Real shit. He's ducked Devin. He popped Dirty 5 times in the test. He terrorized his wife. Y'all look past all of this stuff. He's running around with a Gorlock who's a transsexual person, right? He admitted that he found it attractive. And all I know is that if this was Devin Haney doing this, put it like this. Would Barack Obama been anywhere near the White House if he had the history of Donald Trump? I think we know the answer to that. You know, as black people, we have to be 10 times better at any and everything. And they still will try and replace us with a white counterpart or a Latino counterpart or an Asian counterpart. They always do this. The rivalry in the 80s, or the late 70s going into the 80s, was Magic and Bird. Magic and Bird. Celtics, Lakers, Magic, Bird, Magic, Bird. When Jordan came along, he told both of them, yo, y'all on your way out, this new sheriff in town. Name a non-black that you can compare to Michael Jordan. Listen to the question. Name a non-black that you can compare to Michael Jordan. You can't compare anyone to him. But name a non-black that you compare to Michael Jordan. You can't do it. You absolutely cannot do it. You can't do it. Which is why when he was getting the ice out of that young man's shirt, the internet went crazy for about a week. Told me, why was he touching that kid's butt? I looked at it and I laughed because I knew what he was doing. I laughed. But they tried to come for Mike in a week, right? And I said, blah, 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 blah. The kid's father said he was not doing that. He had ice in the shirt. He was getting the ice out of his shirt, and then he wiped it off his leg. It's right there. He was not touching my son. Stop it. And it was nothing but a bunch of knuckle draggers trying to drag the GOAT. And then you wonder why Michael Jordan he didn't get political. He wasn't pro-black like that. You know why? He knows his people. The biggest people with the biggest mouths don't do nothing. Y'all don't do nothing. Steve L, my brother. Sid Mark, salute. Del Rev. If I miss you in the chat, know that I love you. That's why he's just quiet, man. Shut up, buy my sneakers, shut up, and leave me alone. Because I could do no right. His biggest criticizers are what? Monkeys. But he's in like NASCAR or something. His partners are who? White people. Not to say he don't love black people, but he knows his people. It's the same thing here. I love my people, but I know my people. The biggest mouths on YouTube that speak on me, how many of them are white? One person. One person. And I don't even see him around no more. Well, I'm looking for him. I haven't, heard from him or heard about him or nothing, whatever. Everybody else, bunch of knuckle draggers. So I know my people. Mike is like, man, y'all been lying on me for years, told me I invested in private prisons. We have the internet. To be dumb at this point is deliberate. It's deliberately dumb, DD. All this information. There is a Michael Jordan that invested in private prisons. It's a white man with the same name. I looked it up. I said, oh shit, his name is Michael Jordan. That's his name. It's a white dude. It's a heavy-set white dude with salt and pepper hair. I Googled him. He has a LinkedIn and all that. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that up. I looked this up a long time ago. The rumor that the famous NBA player Michael Jordan invested in private prisons is an urban myth and a case of mistaken identity. The Michael Jordan who invested in private prisons is a different individual, reportedly a man from Oregon who works for the Bureau of Environmental Services in Portland. Thank you. What are we talking about? And here's his Facebook. Let me share this for you, because people are just. That's him. That's the guy. And I saw this years ago. That's Michael Jordan. So for years we had to listen to a bunch of coons talk about, hey, why we buy sneakers? Why is he invested in prison? Research it. This is why he don't talk. He don't do no podcasts. He don't want to talk to us because he knows us. And I'm gonna say this. Want me to get gully with it? I'll get gully with it. Joe Townsend, Players Ball, Mr. Cell Block, Snacks B, Isaiah, Outlaw, what up? Let me ask y'all ready for this? There were two people that killed his father. What was the ethnicity of one of them? Go! I'll move on. Let's get back to boxing. BPMV, salute. Let's get back to boxing. All right? Let's get back to boxing. Why Mike don't fuck with us? Okay. All right. Stop me when I'm lying. Stop me if I'm interpreting it, it's all wrong. When you change your tax bracket and you lived in a bad neighborhood and you're surrounded by people who look like you, do you stay there? No, you move, right? Thank you. Thank you. I'm not saying all black neighborhoods are bad, but all these kids running around with this rap music pounding on their chest, I'm from the hood. I'm from the trenches. If you go the right route, you come up on that job where you're making a strong 6 figures, do you stay in the hood or do you move? Gerard, Harlem in the building, salute. Hell no, if I live in a messed up neighborhood and I increase my tax bracket, I'm not staying there. I made it. I'm getting out. You better not tell nobody. What happens if you tell somebody? What happens if you, Robert, what up? What happens if you stay in the hood and now you buy a better looking car and you leave it in front of your building? What do you think gonna happen? Your wheels gonna get stolen? Someone gonna key your car up? Why? We know our people. The biggest lie Havoc from Mobb Deep ever told was, no matter how much loot I get, I'm staying in the projects. We live in this till the day that we die. Survival of the fittest, only the strong survive. He does not live in Queensbridge projects right now. He does not. I'm telling you, he does not. I know where he lives. Biggest lie ever told on wax. It was a bar. Fun for the 90s to listen to, but I come on. We are so dysfunctional, which is why Ryan Garcia is allowed to breathe. Give me 1 second. I'm back. Mark Hairston, Prince Savage, salute. So the WBC and the Zone and Ring. You see Ryan Garcia. In fact, in the Zone, when they're airing highlights, they still show clips of Ryan hitting Devin with the Osterine fist. They still show that. And I know you're on the outside like, well, damn. How can this be? Everyone's ignoring it. And then people spin the block and say, man, if everyone's off of that, you need to get off of that. Well, well, well. Have you ever considered that Turkey Al-Sheikh might not be God? Well, I'm pretty sure he's not God. But he's acting as a vessel as it pertains to Allah. Now, let me ask you a question. Is Ring Magazine acting within the best of integrity as it pertains to the sport of boxing? Did you hear the question? Because I know there's a lot of angry people listening to this like, oh, no, because he's so bad. Aaron, what up? Peter the Great, what up? Oh, man, he's so bad for boxing. Nah, that's because y'all are used to the old regime, because the old regime, the way things were ran, it benefited your favorite fighter, which is why Tank has not fought for Ring. Which is why Ryan Garcia is having so much fun right now. Let me ask you a question. As it pertains to Ring and what Turkey's doing, is he acting within the guidelines of how we want to see boxing? Yes or no? Now, if you hate Ring and what they're doing, then you can say that he's not. You can say he's a crook. I don't know how. He has enough money. He don't need to steal from anyone. All I'm seeing is the work. I've watched a majority of the Riyadh season fights. I'm watching these fighters fight that if under the old regime, meaning 4 companies and 4 sanctioning bodies, and two contemporaries, but one fights for Matchroom, the other guy fights for PBC, and you can never get that done without going through a whole lot of red tape and where the fight's going to be had. And Rod Neal, salute. With Riyadh season, do you get that? How many fighters that fought under that banner complained about money, purse splits? How many? All I see is the work. So who's doing better by you as a supporter of the sport? The WBC and Golden Boy, or Turkey Al Sheikh in Riyadh season? I think it's pretty clear. WBC tried to hustle Shakur out of what, 130 grand? Tony, what up? WBC, they said we have an idea of what Bud made. So we're gonna put a number on our assumption. We're gonna assume he made X amount of dollars. So based off that assumption, he owes us $300K to hold our belt. And Bud he went old school Steve Austin. No, not Steve Austin. He went old school Rock on him. Take your belt, turn that son bitch sideways, and pound it up your mama ass. That's what he said. Too late. We seen him beat Canelo. In my mind, in our mind, not in our mind, it happened. He's undisputed at 68. You can't do anything about it. They stripped Usyk. Too late. We saw it. He was undisputed 2 times. Too late. You can take the belts. We saw it already. We saw it already. And now Usyk done signed to Zuffa? I don't think y'all haters are paying attention to what's happening here. I really don't think y'all paying attention. I don't think you get it. But that's all right. Stay asleep. It's okay. Because when you finally recognize what's going on, it's going to affect your favorite fighter. And you'll be screaming and hollering about corruption in boxing and Dana White. And I'm like, no. Under those circumstances, you're going to earn your pay, and it's going to be one face, one name. But no, didn't Dana White say, hey, man, if you can still do your thing, go do your thing. Tell your fighter stay over there and beat up bums. Tell Tank when he gets out of prison, or if he ducks prison, dodges prison, tell him to stay over there and beat bums. He's going to make his money off you regardless. Go pay to watch Tank shadowbox. Go pay to watch Tank fight Miguel Sanchez from the trenches of Mexico. And they're going to put together a highlight reel saying that this guy's really nice. They're going to fluff his record up. They're probably fluffing somebody's record up right now. And they're going to convince you that he's some sort of dog and you never heard of him. And Tank going to go in there and steamroll him. And y'all going to give him credit. But meanwhile, he's going to be over there dealing with these clowns, and everybody's going to be fighting on Riyadh season, fighting each other, testing their mettle. And Tank is a Buddhist. He's not going to do that. Oh, he is? Show me. Show me. That's all I ever said. Show me. That's all I ever said. That's fair. Tank could do this. Ryan could do that. Show me. Good. Show me. Shakur nice? Great. Show me. One deep. Salute. Show me. MJ, what up? Gerard now super chat. Salute. He says, just paying my tithes. Long time. Salute, Drew. LDBC strong. Salute to you, good brother. Harlem in the building. Salute, good brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. Show me. That's all boxing is. You got that guy. I got that guy. How do we solve this issue? They got to fight. And let's applaud both fighters. I could be wrong. I don't have a problem being wrong. It's all right. You guys got such big egos and you invest into these people. You get on here and you start arguing and you lose sight of reality. I was listening to my brother BFTB last night. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Come on, man. You can't have such unconditional love for a fighter that you don't hold them accountable. And Ryan Garcia, Renzo, salute. Ryan Garcia is a direct example of that. Such unconditional love. And the funny part is he hasn't done anything. He just beat Mario Barrios and they're celebrating him like he won the World Series, the Super Bowl, the Stanley Cup, the finals, the NBA finals. And y'all are rolling with this. I'm not going to tell y'all to stay woke because I know how this ends. So if the WBC is not acting out of a place of integrity in boxing, you can't tell me that they are. Because Ryan Garcia, if they were, Ryan Garcia shouldn't have been in the ring with Mario Barrios. Not when we just told, well, actually, Jose says the Zone had record number subscribers for the Garcia Barrios fight and gives me a strong arm. Jose, what does that have to do with anything that I'm speaking about? You see what I'm saying, y'all? Read that. Jose, what does that have to do with anything that I'm talking about? And that's not our brother Jose. That's another Jose. Don't know who that is. Don't block him. What does that have to do with anything that I'm speaking on here? On this channel, when have you ever heard me celebrate numbers? You must be new here. You must be new here. When have you ever heard me celebrate numbers? You see, I'm breaking down. I gave you a little bit of religious talk, and I'm asking questions about the WBC and Ring Magazine, and here comes somebody talking about numbers. He says numbers are overall good for boxing. Let's work with that. Let's work with that because this goes into what I'm talking about. The title of my show this morning is Ryan Garcia, What They're Trying to Prevent. They ain't trying to prevent anything because somebody's eating off of his work. The WBC has positioned this kid to make them a whole lot of money. And Turkey is generating a whole lot of money. Jose, I'm glad you mentioned that. But did you miss the part of my show where I said God built you up to break you down to see what you're really made of? When Ryan was built up and celebrated when y'all thought he beat Devin Haney, fan square, God broke him down. And as soon as they broke him down, what did he do, Jose? When God broke him down, what did he do? He started lying. Ashwagandha, after saying he don't take supplements. Then he blamed Perfect Carb and Super Carb and Perfect Amino. Then he blamed Scooter. And then George Floyd needs to be dug up and killed again, and he wants to join the Ku Klux Klan. I'm like, whoa, what's that? Jose De Leon, what's that? So when he hits a stumbling block in his career based off of a decision that he made, what did he do? He started pointing the fingers. And to this day, he insists he wasn't on Osterine. To this day, he insists that he didn't do anything wrong. So he's still lying, Jose. And now he's running around trying to clown and say, hey, man, I'm dealing with this Gorlock dude. And I'm bisexual. And he's playing in y'all face. I don't know what y'all kids are on. I don't play like that. Mega, what up? I don't know what this is. Jose De Leon. Then they take him from 140, off of a loss, by the way, leapfrog him all the way to a title fight, and he beats the weakest champion in the division, where he could have fought Devin Haney at least 2 more times prior to that. And you come here talking about sales. But let's roll with that. Y'all ever considered the fact that Turkey is building him up to break him down? You ever considered that? You ever considered that? Why didn't Tank go to Saudi to fight Devin? What did he say? What was his excuse? I got to go down to Saudi and fight Devin. And this was his highest payday up front. And he refused because Devin is Turkey's man. Inshallah, right? That's his Muslim brother. Hey, Abdul Wahid, ain't you Muslim? No, but when he said, I got 50 million for you guys to come down and fight, Devin said, run it. Tank said, and I quote, give me 2 Ferraris. Turkey said, I'll give you 2 gloves. You ever considered that Turkey's making Ryan very comfortable? Yeah, go ahead and sit on the panels and talk boxing with Malik Scott and Max Kellerman and those other the other two dudes, your Mike Cappinger, his racist ass, and the other brother that sit there and don't know shit about boxing. No disrespect to Malik. Talking about these other dudes. Max, who's been totally compromised. Yeah, go ahead and sit next to them, Ryan. Feel comfortable. Yeah, I'm going to pay you millions of dollars. Go ahead, Ryan. Oh, the WBC wants to leapfrog you and get you a title shot? Yeah, go ahead. Go do that. Yeah. I want you to be a champion. Because don't look now. You one of the belt holders at 147. Guess who's there? You ain't fighting Crocker. You're not fighting Rolly because Rolly's not going to fight you without drug testing because he's going to beat you. So it's between you and Devin. And what are they talking about right now? He's talking about going back to 140 or at a catchweight to fight Shakur. Are y'all paying attention? Hey, Jose De Leon, where'd you go, brother? We're having a conversation. I thought we was having a conversation. We're having a dialogue. What's going on here? Are we talking? Or not? You want to talk about seat sales? Yeah, let's talk about it. Ryan's real comfortable. He's looking good. The world's on his penis. Right? Right?
And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
He's back on track, right? He could beat boxing. He could beat Devin, right? That's a unification bout right now. What are we doing? Do y'all know that? And then y'all want to talk about, oh, Devin wants to go up in weight to bully Xander Zayas. First of all, you don't go up in weight to bully a unified champion. That doesn't exist. That is ridiculous. He's going up in weight and entertaining that to fight Xander Zayas. Why? He wanted to fight Crocker, no smoke. Thanks, Eddie Hearn. He wanted to fight Rolly. Y'all already know how that went. He's not going back to 140. So now Ryan and Keyshawn and Shakur want to play house together. That's by design, y'all. You think I'm bullshitting? Look at that. That was last year when Keyshawn, before he got a haircut. And by the way, Keyshawn, this is what racist Rick Glasser says about your hair about 3 years ago. Keyshawn, well, let me do it in Rick Glasser's voice. Keyshawn, you can and will be a great fighter. All the earmarks are there, but you need a new hairstylist. Your hair is a mess. Hashtag boxing. Here's what they think about you. Got up there and joked. And mind you, both these niggas, that's Shakur down there. Both these knuckle draggers. This is after what Ryan did. After the George Floyd thing, after it came out that he cheated and then tried to lie about it. Hey, Jose De Leon, where you at, brother? I'm not screaming at you or anything. Your thoughts on him sending when he said he was on Ostomy, when VADA and the State Athletic Commission determined that he was on Ostomy. I know you're the type of person to say it was only a little bit, but whatever. He sent 2 open containers to a third-party drug testing facility, and they said, yeah, there's Ostomy in this. And guys like Showbiz said, aha! You see, I told you he ain't cheat. Then the company said, wait, it's a nothing bomb. We got the canisters, they were already open, which means this dumbass bought some Ostomy and put it in the goddamn product and sent it out. And this after Showbiz told you the hair follicle test is going to exonerate Ryan Garcia. Press 1 if it's stolen. Lies, 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 lies. Lies, lies, lies. And these 2 knuckle draggers still got on this Instagram Live, and they all talking amongst each other. Devin Haney's sitting there. He came into 147, first fight, beat the boogeyman, because nobody wanted smoke with Brian Norman Jr., not even Boots. But we ain't going to go there. Boots ran to 54. That's what he did. That's what he did. Now let me highlight what Jose De Leon said. Don't block him yet. What do you mean by that? Black two sugars. I know what you mean, but I want you to specify. What do you mean by that? Look at his name. Look at his name. Kez videos in that super chat. He said ashwagandha, supercard, hair follicle test. Yeah, they were all over the place. Salute to you in that super chat. Thank you so much, brother. But let's go back. Jose De Leon, what do you mean by that? Now listen, family. I'm not hype. I'm not cussing. I'm not screaming. Because when I feel it's going to go that way, I just say make the lateral move over to Rumble. PGH, I'm not having that conversation because if these cats got on here and said Devin ran to 140 to face a champion in Regis Prograis instead of fighting Shakur, then I'm going to say Boots ran to 54. He ran from Brian Norman Jr. Devin wasn't even there yet. He ran. He was the A-side and all that. There was no excuse for that fight not to get done. He ran to 54. But Boots was on the list when he was at 47. Devin gets to 47 and takes care of the work that Boots was supposed to take care of. Downshifting on him like I got gears on me. Besides that, I got about 5 years on me. Scared to death, running like I got bears on me. My Timbs start feeling like they Nike Airs on me. That nigga ran. Then he tells Dev, I'll fight you at 52. He said, man, I just got to 47. I'm about to take care of the work that you didn't take care of. And now he's saying, sit tight. Sit tight. Because Ryan playing games, Eddie Hearn playing games, Rolly playing games. Ryan got a belt now, right? He got a belt now, right? What's up? He's entertaining Shakur at a lighter weight. And this is what I said a week ago. You can't freeze Devin out. Under the old regime, you probably could have. Under the old regime. Devin's money's guaranteed. So now, since nobody at 40, now can we agree that nobody at 47 wants smoke with Devin Haney? Can we agree to that? Yes or no? Yeah, Aaron, they didn't get that. It's called, incidentally, Aaron, what's the name of that song? Incidentally, Aaron, what's the name of that song? You know. What's the name of that song? Jada caught a body on that song. Jada body bags every song he on. That's right. The song is called Run, incidentally. If y'all didn't know, the song is called Run. All of these people putting capes on Devin Haney, but it's right there in front of you. So when I'm looking at this and I'm saying, yo, what is this? What is this unconditional love that y'all got for guys like Ryan and Shakur and Keyshawn? And then I realized it's really not about them. Y'all just don't like Devin. So it's safe to say, nobody wants smoke with Devin, right? At 47. Devin's a title holder. He's trying to unify. Ryan don't want it. Roller don't want it. Lewis Crocker want it, but Eddie Hearn's in the way of that. And by the way, Devin said the earth is our turf. They will absolutely go to Ireland or wherever the fuck they want to have the fight at. He did say yes. So what are we doing here? What are we doing? Keyshawn saying, I want Devin Haney next. Then we found out he didn't even petition to get into the rankings. And we learned that on Twitter. Good morning. He knows what he has to do. He hasn't done it. He's supposed to petition to get into the rankings. And when you get into the rankings, there's people ahead of you. You see, they're not going to let you leapfrog when you get into the rankings like the WBC did. Now let me ask you a question to the Keyshawn Davis, to the Actor Squad fans. If you were on my channel or anywhere else talking about, hey man, Ryan didn't deserve that. He lost his last fight at 140. How the hell does he come to 47 and leapfrog everybody, get a title shot? If you were one of those people and you're mad at the WBA saying, hey man, first of all, you didn't petition to get into our rankings. Second of all, when you get here, because I think he'll get ranked, there's people ahead of you, which means you're going to have to fight for your position. That's what they said. Are y'all saying that's not fair? So what kind of people are y'all? Are y'all about fairness or what? You see what I'm saying? So Ryan's trying to go back and meet Shakur at a catch weight. Shakur is trying to catch weight everybody. Running up on people's sides and talking about, oh, I thought you was bigger. But Devin's a weight bully. So if Devin's a weight bully, wouldn't that make Shakur a catch weight king? So Keyshawn, Actor Squad, right? He likes making commercials and trolling and going to South Central LA and doing all this ridiculous stuff. But he didn't do the work to get into the rankings, though. So that tells me what? He ain't really want it. That was a cute little thing you did in LA. That was cute. But dial it back for a minute. After the George Floyd thing and everything else, y'all got on here on Instagram Live and chopped it up with this racist. Don't ever in your life ask me what my problem is with those two kids, Keyshawn and Shakur. Don't ever in your life ask me. But never mind that. Why are we not getting Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney next for a unified match? Y'all tell me. Go ahead and tell me there's more money in fighting Shakur. I dare you. I dare you. So what I'm saying to you is, that's why Devin is entertaining going to 154 to fight a unified champion in Xander Zayas, because he has to, because nobody wants to fight him. But y'all not freezing him out. You're not freezing him out. Where'd Jose De Leon go? He said black 2 sugars and put the laughing emoji. What's that about? Are you proud to be a bigot? Now I got to ask you, because I asked you to elaborate on what you meant by that. If you're a bigot, stand on it. If you unconditionally justify what Ryan Garcia does, stand on it. Because I'm standing on principle. I'm ordained by the Lord. I don't know what you're doing. I don't have to do things like this. Because you know what I don't do, Jose De Leon? I don't have to lie on anybody. Tell me I'm lying about this. I even said, hey, they did good numbers with that. Yeah, y'all love Ryan Garcia. I know that. I never denied that. Bob, salute. I never denied that. You know why I got Turkey there smiling? Because I know what he's about to do. You said already explained. No, you didn't. You said black 2 sugars. What is that? Now, I'm extending you a lot of courtesy. I'm assuming you're a young man. I'm extending you a lot of courtesy. And I'm reading you being very disrespectful. I got Latinos that probably speak the same language you speak right here in my chat right now. I'm asking you, because you're on here being disrespectful. But I'm asking you to elaborate on that. Can you do that? Eric A says, the black 2 sugars is from Showbiz. I don't watch that coon. That's what that is? The black 2 sugars? Showbiz says that? What does that mean? The black 2 sugars? What does that mean? Showbiz has a take called Black 2. Okay, so that's why I don't get it. I don't watch that guy. He's a coon. And every time he sees me, he walks away from me. Great choice. Because he knows what time it is. There's no talking, no speak to me. You're a coon. And your eyes are too far out your skull. He's a coon. So when I'm at presses, he's over there, I'm over here. He's an absolute coon. Yeah, of course I'm claiming racism. Of course I'm claiming racism. Right. Watch this. Jose, your thoughts on Ryan Garcia and what he said about black people? My brother CB Sports, what up? Yeah, I'm claiming racism because I didn't know what that meant. 2 black sugars, I don't know what that meant. So I asked you to elaborate on it. Now you've done so. So of course I'm claiming racism. Because I know what this sport is. Felix, salute, brother. Oh, he says Don King is suing Turkey. Hey, get in on it. Good luck. Jose says, I love my black brothers and sisters. Your thoughts on Ryan Garcia's racist outburst. Don't tell me about your love. Tell me your thoughts on that. Don't tell me about your love. There's white racist people that'll bang black women. And like the dope some of these divesting sisters are, they'll let them. Whole swatch just to stick a tattooed on their chest. But they gotta divest. Boss, don't tell me about your love. Tell me your thoughts about Ryan Garcia's racist meltdown. Tell me. Renzo, I love that. Minstrel showbiz. That's just what it is. Don't tell me you love your black brothers and sisters. You watch showbiz. And he's a coon. He got on his show and said, and I saw this clip because someone sent it to me. Ryan ain't called me a nigga. Ryan wasn't specific. I could say the same thing, but I know what he was talking about. So absolutely I got offended. So Jose De Leon, you love your black brothers and sisters. Your thought on Ryan's racist meltdown. And this is all relevant to what I'm saying this morning, y'all. It's all relevant. Your thoughts. Did you hide your head and just didn't say anything? Because silence is co-signing. Or did you voice your opinion like I've never seen you before and you're voicing your opinion here? The first thing you said about Ryan, you started talking about the money he generated for DAZN and gave me a strong arm, a black one at that. And like you give me the black fist right here. You don't agree with Garcia's meltdown. Cool. So why are you in here talking to me about his numbers and celebrating that? You don't agree with Garcia's meltdown. Are you a Ryan Garcia fan? Please don't lie to me. Please don't lie to me. Please don't lie to me. So you don't agree with the meltdown, but are you a fan? I think I know the answer. I just want to see if you're honest with yourself. There's nothing for me to celebrate with this kid, and I ain't have a problem with him. When he lost the tank, I ain't have a problem with it. When he fought Oscar Duarte, check my resume. I said he did a damn good job. Me and Stormy that Sunday, we said Ryan looked good, man. Ryan looked good in that fight. I didn't like the silly shell. But he looked good. But he kept on with his nonsense. He says, I'm a fan of boxing. I'm going to ask you one more time, Jose, because you didn't answer the question. I asked you, are you a Ryan Garcia fan? I ain't asked you if you was a fan of boxing. I asked you if you was a fan of him. I'm a fan of boxing. I'm a supporter of the sport. I'm a supporter of Deontay Wilder. I'm a supporter of Bud Crawford. I'm a supporter of Errol Spence. I'm definitely a supporter of DHP. Those are my brothers. I know them. Jose, I didn't ask you if you was a fan of boxing. I asked you something very specific. Right now, you have the noose around your neck, but no one's going to push you off that clip. You about to do that. You about to hang yourself. I'm going to ask you again. Are you a fan of Ryan Garcia? It's a very simple question. I've been very polite to you. I haven't cussed you out. I told everyone not to block you. I'm being very, very, very fair. Andre, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Jose, you're about to get blocked. Why can't you answer the question? Don't talk to me about being pro-black. Your name is Jose De Leon. You see what he's doing, ladies and gentlemen? I asked a very simple question. You can't answer my question with a question. You don't follow my content. You don't even know where you're at right now. You just came in here because I put Ryan Garcia's name. Mission accomplished. I put his name in the title. So my show came up in your algorithm. You might know who I am. I don't know. And the first thing you did was talk about Ryan's successful numbers. So you already answered the question. I just want to see if you're going to be honest with yourself. Everybody in this chat watching me right now, they know who I am as a person. They know who I am as a content creator. They know I'm black first. They know that. And I say that respectfully. There's white people in here. There's Latinos in here. There's black people in here. There's black people from other countries in here. Look, see? There it is. King Rye is about to take over the sport of boxing. And then he says peace. See, and then now the peace is with the white hand, not the black hand. I hope y'all learned something from this. I hope y'all learned something from this. And now some nigga named Sonic Squirrel comes in here and says a new cash cow for boxing. You see what I mean? I hope y'all seeing this. So when I say it's an issue with race in here, I ain't got to make it up. Now let me ask the chat, did I lie on Ryan Garcia at all? At all. Did I lie on him? I didn't. I ain't have to. I don't have to lie on him. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Tell the truth, shame the devil. And they can't help themselves. They couldn't sit here and be quiet and just listen to me cook. But to support Ryan Garcia is to support what? Him being a racist, him being a fake Christian. The man said he's sexually attracted to Gorlock the Destroyer, right? Admits to being bisexual. And I don't say anything. Isn't that a contradiction to your religion? But never mind that, because y'all don't believe in God. Y'all don't believe in God. And I understand that, which is why y'all don't understand the premise of my show. When I talked about how you got to build your muscle up, how you build it up, you break it down, you tear it. So when it repairs itself, it comes back stronger. God does that to us every day. Build you up, and before he gives you everything in abundance, he's going to break you down and humble you. Never forget your place in life. Now, what do you do after I done snatched everything from you? How are you going to react? Are you going to get back in the saddle and work harder? Are you going to cry and point fingers and whine like a little girl? That means you wasn't prepared, because guess what? There's going to be bigger things going on when you think you've reached that pinnacle in life. Yeah, Shelton, I don't even need to get into all of that, because I know about all of that. But that guy wasn't educated. You see, he threw a rock and then ran. They come out eventually, you see? I just made simple facts. And then what does he leave with? I said, are you a racist? Then he says, oh, are you pro-black? What are you talking about? Then he says, King Rye, in caps now. King Rye is about to take over boxing. And then this other fool, he's a new cash cow. No, he's not. Devin is. He's always been. Now watch this. Great. New cash cow. Okay, new cash cow. Fight Devin and get your lick back. Devin calls you a cheater. You said you're not a cheater. Devin will whoop your ass when you're not on drugs. There's only one way to find out. Sonic says, you're one of those that hate Bad Bunny. Well, incidentally, I got a pep talk talking about that. I was just waiting for the Super Bowl thing to die down. Bad Bunny worships Satan. But I'll get to that when I do pep talk. You're one of those people that love Bad Bunny. He got horse heads and demonic things running around on stage. I saw all of that stuff. I'm like, what is this? This stuff is demonic. You notice he says, these clowns say, I don't agree with Ryan's racist outbursts, but he's the new face of boxing. And they ride with him. And dude typed in caps and then ran out of here. I didn't throw him out. He ran out of here. No Smoke says Bad Bunny is a Trojan horse. Yeah, he used Trojans when he's giving his boyfriend back shots. He might be cool with Miguel.
What you doing? Pooping?
Sonic says, Sonic Squirrel, watch this, listen to this. So Jay-Z, P. Diddy are not demonic? You brought up Bad Bunny. I said he's demonic. Why are you bringing Jay-Z and P. Diddy up? Why? Because they're black? Now watch this, Sonic Squirrel. Yes, they are. Next. Next. What, you thought I was going to keep it a buck over here? What? Oh, Sonic Squirrel, you're new here. I was around the industry. I did security for these industry dudes, and I got right the hell out. Because I was seeing things on a lower level like, nope. Nope, I don't need to be around this. I know rappers that left and got real jobs, and they can tell you some shit. I'm like, yo, you have bangers all around New York. What happened? He said, bro, nah. I knew about Diddy before y'all was even born. I've been knew about that. Exactly, Mr. Shelton, with the whataboutisms. He brings up Bad Bunny and says, you probably one of those people that think Bad Bunny is demonic. Yeah, I do. Oh, so Jay-Z and P. Diddy aren't? Why? Because they're black? No. They are. What do you mean? Jay and the Epstein files, right? They got to work that out. Diddy's in prison right now, right? He's a freak rubbing semen on his chest, right? How about this? That's old news. I knew about that. Y'all just now finding out. Sonic Squirrel, interesting name. Do you know where you are? Keep trying. My brother Smoke Talk Podcast. Go subscribe to my brother. He's a reaction channel. He's great at what he does. So what's up, y'all? Happy Friday. Shakur, Garcia, Drew, what we doing? Real Baltimore in the building. Repeat, real Baltimore. My fam, salute. I don't know. It looked like it's going to be Shakur and Garcia. But you know, they can have it because everybody ducking Devin. They can have it. Ratchet, what up, Brody? Hey, Ratchet. That's facts. And I knew that since the 90s. Like I said, these cats are just finding out. I knew that since the 90s. When I came off the road, and shorties would come to me, hey, man, how's this rapper? How's this rapper? All I said was, hey, man, your favorite rapper gay. And I ain't saying no, like, names. But I said, yo, your favorite rapper gay. Oh, you just jealous. The term hater wasn't around in the 90s and in the 2000s. The term hater wasn't being used. Oh, you just jealous. Why? I was on the road with these niggas. I was told to keep the groupies, meaning the women, out of the champagne room. But there was some dudes showing up, and I didn't know who they were, but we were told to let them in. What was that? Y'all do the math. Y'all do the math. But whatever. But we ain't here to talk about that. We're talking about being built up to break you down. I tell stories with my memes, don't I? So don't worry about Devin. Devin going to 54, and I think if he fights Xander Zayas, he gonna whoop Zayas' ass. And he'll be a unified champion at 54. So that's 35 undisputed, 40 champion, 47 champion, 54 unified champion in one fight. And meanwhile, all of these ham and eggers are trying to fight each other to what frees Devin out. Y'all really ain't want it. Y'all celebrating Shakur. Y'all celebrating Keyshawn. Especially coming off of what he did. My last vision of ESPN boxing was him fighting in the back with his brothers trying to jump Amir Albright. What do you think of Ryan versus Haney 2 as the co-main of Mayweather-Pacquiao 2 at a Sphere in Las Vegas? I don't think much of it. I don't. I think Ryan and Haney 2 could hold its own, and that'll be a waste of money. Mayweather-Pac could hold its own. I'm not paying for it, but it could hold its own. That'll be a waste of money, in my opinion. But Ryan got to get into the ring. Is what I'm asking unreasonable, ladies and gentlemen? I just want Ryan to get into the ring. Am I on here calling him out his name? I've done that already. I've been upset with how the industry treats him, and I had to sit back and say, wait a minute, what's going on here? And I see it. Matter of fact, let me say this. I more than see it. Just read between the lines what I'm telling you. I more than see it. I know something. So when people come through here and they start talking about new face of boxing and seat sales and all this stuff, listen, we've been there and done that before. Like I said, while y'all celebrating the minor things like seat sales, I'm not invested in that. Why do you care if he's a new cash cow in boxing? I want to look at the resume. When I look at Ryan's resume, I don't see anything. Mario Barrios, that's your first world title? Who couldn't beat Mario Barrios, especially how he fought the other night? Get out of here, bro. I look at Keyshawn's resume. What do I see there? The best thing on his resume is being friends with Shakur. I look at Shakur's resume. What do I see there? William Zepeda? Y'all got short-term memories. Teofimo Lopez? All we learned was why Teofimo Lopez ducked black fighters. George, you are going straight to hell, bro. He said co-main for May versus Pac should be Tyson versus Douglas, Leonard versus Hearns 3, and Holmes versus Cooney 2. You know what? Why not? Run it. Run it. Why not? He says Rolly, Haney, Tank. Okay, let's deal with that. He says Rolly, Haney, Tank on Ryan's resume. Check your boy Boots Ennis' resume. First of all, I already know about Boots' resume. We're not talking about Boots. I already said what I had to say about him. Rolly, Ryan lost. Haney, Ryan cheated. Tank, Ryan lost. There's the resume. Are we doing this? Now, it's true. You don't have to win all your fights. But the point is, it's on the resume, right? But what are those conditions? This kid is still early in his career. He fought for a world title, right? Fought for a world title, finally won. He needed help from the WBC, and they stacked the board for him to win that. But Sonic, you get my point, though. Did I lie just now? You put names on here that he basically lost. He lost. He lost to Rolly. And but watch this, Sonic. What happened to get it back in blood? That's what they told Devin, right? Oh, stop crying. So what? He was on little Osterine. Get it back in blood. Okay, fine. Ryan could have fought Devin at least 3 times by now. He's not doing it right now. He's not doing it right now. But never mind, Devin. Why is he ducking Rolly, the rematch? Is that unreasonable? Tank had all kinds of moles in his camp. The Mongolian kid Sendy bust Ryan's ribs up, telling him he didn't eat breakfast that morning. Just spilling the beans. And then as an icing on the cake, you say, check Boots. First of all, Boots will beat Ryan's ass. But leave Boots out of this. Why do you bring up Boots? Why? Because he's a black fighter? Did you not hear what I said about Boots earlier? Was you listening? See, no matter where you guys want to go, I'll go with you. And I always ask you, stop me when I'm lying. His response is, okay, but he still got a ring with him. That's not my point. I'm talking about the conditions. Renzo in that super chat salute, he says, Latinos glorify Bad Bunny and Rihanna. We got the YNs and the minstrel showbiz types. Bootlickers. Funny how, I guess he's calling him Gay Bunny, didn't say Haiti when he named all the Latin countries. ICE stand up. Wow. Wow. I didn't watch it. But it's ridiculous how these YNs celebrate a man that gets on stage and takes pictures with a whole goddamn dress. Ain't that strange, Renzo? I mean, really think about this. Y'all cool? Y'all YNs cool? Y'all wear dresses? No Smoke says Ryan got Gorlock the Destroyer on his resume. Hey, bro. This is the brilliant thing. I don't have to lie on Ryan. But Bad Bunny wears dresses, man. So wait, what's the deal with Bad Bunny? He's gay? Seriously. He's gay? Who's this other black dude that wore a wedding dress? I saw him holding hands with some white guy. And you wonder why I didn't want any part of the rap industry, even in security? I didn't want no part of that. I got the hell out of that. I made some money to buy college books, and I got the hell out of there. I was like, what the fuck? Nope, done. Done. He says Shakur is Puerto Rican. His dad is Alfredo Rivera. Shakur wears a PR on his trunks. You see it. We stay winning. Oh, Boricua! Let me ask you a question, Sonic Squirrel. Where was the Boricua flag when he was in the Olympics? I'll wait. You see, you late. Yeah, Kid Cudi. So what's going on? These guys are gay? I'm just asking. What's going on? Jose said he never had a father in his life. I know. But Sonic, you think this is a me versus Puerto Ricans? Bro, I live in the Bronx. I grew up around a bunch of Puerto Ricans. What are we talking about? I'm asking y'all what's going on with that. Y'all cool with dudes wearing dresses, bouncing around on stage with dark elements and horse heads? That's what y'all doing? I'm asking. Because I'm watching that and I'm uncomfortable. What the hell is that? Kid Cudi is wearing a wedding dress holding hands with a white dude. What is that? No, wait, hold on. He was born in the USA. He proudly represents his USA side too. Sonic, Puerto Ricans are American. What are you talking about? You one of those? You consider Puerto Rico your country? Puerto Ricans are American. ICE could walk up on a Puerto Rican and be like, yo, man, get out my face. I'm Puerto Rican. What are you going to do, send me to Puerto Rico? It's a free vacation for me. Huh? And I have these conversations so y'all can see it. What am I talking about this morning? And somehow, some way, right? Now, watch this. This guy is defending Ryan Garcia. He ignored the fact that he's a racist. He ignored the fact that the WBC stacked the board so he could jump the line and get a title shot. He ignoring the fact that he's ducking Devin Haney right now. He's celebrating the fact that Shakur is half Puerto Rican. But I'm pointing out this thing with Ryan Garcia. So you support Shakur, his Puerto Rican side. You support Ryan Garcia, his racist Mexican side, I guess. Whole time, I'm talking about how everything he's putting out is going to come back to him tenfold. And it's not going to be what you think. And you're ignoring the fact that I'm pointing out what Turkey's about to do to him. And you never answered the question. Nobody knew Shakur was half Puerto Rican in the Olympics. But he was under the banner of Top Rank, and then magically he's half Boricua, which is fine. But they were just talking about how boring Shakur was. I never said that, Sonic Squirrel. I never said he was boring. I didn't say that he ran from Edwin De Los Santos. I said he was boxing. It was Edwin De Los Santos' job to stop him from moving. He couldn't do it. ESPN got on there and started showing people leaving. Tim Bradley was talking about how he was so boring. I didn't do that. I defended him. And I said, man, fight your fight. When he went toe-to-toe with Zepeda, I said, yeah, you got it out your system, kid? Don't ever do no stupid shit like that again. You always fight your fight. You ain't got to prove that you're a dog to these people, because if you F around and get knocked out, they're going to laugh at you. Always fight your fight. That's what I said about Shakur. But the moment I point out him being a dick right now, you come swinging in talking about his Puerto Rican side. I wonder why, Sonic Squirrel. I wonder why. Do you know where you're at? I've defended Canelo. I've defended Ryan at one point. I've defended Shakur. But when you start doing dumb shit, I would not have integrity if I didn't call it out. You see, Sonic, you and the other dude that was here, sounds like you don't have any integrity. Which is why Turkey finna do this dude the way he's gonna be done. And I don't want to hear anything about Riyadh season being corrupt. No. God built T.O. up and broke him down in one night. Sonic, I asked Teofimo Lopez. I asked him, was this your plan all along? To fight Shakur and spin the block and come back and fight Devin Haney? He said, it has motion, right? I said, I don't know. You tell me. He said, it has motion, right? He said, I don't know. You got to tell me. I said, no, you got to tell me. He said, well, I'm asking you. I said, well, I'm asking you. Sonic Squirrel, he never wanted to fight Devin. He said it out loud, and we saw it in his actions. And surprise, surprise, Shakur don't want to fight him either. He didn't fight him drained for Undisputed at 35. And he was supposed to call him out in New York. What do we get? Conor Ben, who's a known drug cheat. And he wants to catch weight him. And now he's talking to Ryan Garcia. Keyshawn, I want Devin. And didn't bother to get into the rankings, but you cutting commercials and shit. None of these kids want to fight. Yeah, Felix, Tio makes excuses. By the way, I'm glad you brought that up. He's talking about the Shakur fight was a setup. So now he's discrediting Shakur. Sonic, are you over there fighting on Shakur's behalf? Is the Puerto Rican defending against the Honduran? Is that what this is? I ain't got nothing to do with that. Are you over on chats talking about how Tio's full of shit and how Shakur really beat him? Because now he made an excuse saying, he basically said, I went in there and laid down. That's what he said. That's what he said. But here's what I know about all of those cats that I mentioned. Nobody wants smoke with Devin Haney. And you could say, I think he beats him. I beats him. All I said was, yo, show me, bruh. Y'all talking and y'all not doing anything. I think that's very fair. They say everything except what? Fight. They say everything except fight. S. Walker in that super chat salute. He says, this squirrel idiot talking PRs with you, and you from the Bronx. It's funny how PRs claiming Shakur. Salute to the chat. Salute. Hey, man. I'll say this. I've spoken to a lot of PRs that don't claim him. Now, I ain't got nothing to do with this. They say he's not actually from the island. Look, I'm not getting in the middle of none of that. That's none of my business. What I'm saying is, y'all know my position. I'm like, I didn't see that flag on his shorts in the Olympics. He has a few fights, and all of a sudden he starts waving it, but he was on Top Rank, and Top Rank notoriously don't support and promote black fighters properly. So somebody told him, you better embrace your Boricua side because maybe you can grab some of that fan base. And I said, that's disrespectful to the Puerto Rican audience. Y'all heard me say that. Y'all heard me say that. I said, man, this is bad. And here's the funny part. You never heard me say that Ryan, well, you heard me say Ryan is trash. You never heard me say that Shakur was trash. You never heard me say that Tank was trash. You never heard me say Keyshawn was trash. You never heard me say Lomachenko was trash. Only thing you heard me say was, yo, all of these kids need to be fighting. All of them. That's all I ever said. And then I'm called a hater for that. For being a supporter of the sport, I'm called a hater. It's okay if you think Keyshawn beat everybody. It's okay if you think Devin loses to everybody. All I ever said was, run it. That's all I ever said. It's okay. He says, I like Devin. I think when all the smoke clears, Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney is the biggest fight. Well, they got to fight. He says, damn, you can't represent where your father is from. Did you hear what I said? Now he's talking about AJ and his Nigerian dad. Did you hear a word I said, Sonic Squirrel? Did you hear a word I said? Did you hear a word I said? I asked you where was his Puerto Rican flag in the Olympics. That's how long I've been watching Shakur. And when he turned pro, they were saying he was boring. I wasn't. And then he came out of nowhere, Boricua. And I said, okay, that's cool. But why now? That's all I said. Why now? Oh, they calling him boring and he's on Top Rank. And Top Rank notoriously do not promote black fighters. Hey, Sonic Squirrel, do you know about Top Rank's no black fighter rule? Do you know about that? Yes or no? I'll wait. Do you know about Top Rank's no black fighter rule? Do you know about that? Top Rank had Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford was supposed to fight. Bud Crawford was supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao. When that fight didn't happen, Bob Arum was asked, hey, man, what's up with that? He said, I killed the fight. Why? Because I know how it ends, and Manny's such a nice guy. Swear to God, those are his exact words. And I said, son of a bitch, that was supposed to be Bud's breakout fight. Manny's a grown-ass man. Sonic Squirrel, I'm not asking you about AJ, man. I'm asking you about Shakur. His last name is Stevenson. He has Muslims in his family. But I call him Sanchez. You new here. I call him Shakur Sanchez. I'm paying him homage. But I ask you a question. Do you know about the no black fighter rule in the executive offices of Top Rank? Yes or no? Do you know about that? Sonic, do you know about that? Yes or no? Because the next step is I'm going to ask you to call me a liar. I'm begging you. No. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. The Jeff Horn fight happened because he killed the Bud fight. How old are you? Wait, hold on. Before I go any further. See, now we're at this part of the show. How old are you, man? Sonic, how old are you? Before I go any further, I can't be talking to an adult. I can't be. How old are you? I'll wait. I'm stopping the show. Give me a number. How old are you, man? Because you can read, you can write, but you're clearly not paying attention. How old are you, man? Don't make a number up. I'll know. Tony, what up? Exactly, no smoke. He calls himself Sonic. How old are you? Nah, Bob, he younger than that. This kid he's not even 25, I bet you. I know, George. I know he is. This is why it's taken him 50 years. The type of goddamn, he says, I didn't get into boxing because of Jake Paul versus Tyson. I'm old enough that I watched Margarito and Cotto. How old are you? You're the second person to come up in here and I asked a direct question. You're doing everything but answer the question. You could have been 8 years old watching Cotto and Margarito. You could have been 8 years old. Watch this. If you was born in 2000, how old are you right now? You're 26. 10 years ago, you were 16. 2016, you were 16. You're 46. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. We can't be having this conversation and you're 46. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I think you're lying. I'm 50 years old, Sonic. I've been immersed into this sport really before you was born. But I didn't start watching boxing with a critical eye until at least like 85, 86. But I was still 10 or 11 years old. But I learned as I went along. You said Paul Williams versus Sergio Martinez was your first favorite fight. Sonic, you're not qualified. To me, I remember those fights like it was literally yesterday. You said you're 46 and you're talking to me about, George, you hear this? You see this? You're 46, you talking to me about Williams versus Martinez? And that so happens to be your favorite fight. Now watch this. This is going to sound wrong. Why is that favorite your fight? Why is that your favorite fight? Because of how Sergio won? He said Williams versus Martinez. The first fight was a draw. We all know how the second fight ended. Why is that your first favorite fight? Why is Cotto Margarito your favorite fight? Uh-oh. Exactly, Chris. He talking about 2008, 2010. I remember the 80s. The 80s, the 90s, when people were actually fighting. So you're 46. Let's say you're 46. You're a late bloomer. See what I'm trying to educate you on? Oh, not okay. So you're firing shots. You're a casual. I said one was my favorite fight, not the second. Okay, let's go with that. Why was it? And then you mentioned Cotto and Margarito. Why was it? Why is it James Toney versus Michael Nunn your favorite fight? Why isn't Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Emmanuel Augustus your favorite fight? Why isn't Emmanuel Augustus versus Irish Mickey Ward your favorite fight? Nah, he won't like Pryor versus Aguayo 1 and 2 because Aaron Pryor won. He won't like that. What we doing? But anyway, Sonic, you never answered my question. Do you know there's a no black fighter rule in the offices of Top Rank? Yes or no? Because I know you're typing right now, because right now you're typing to react. You already done called me a name, you called me a casual, that's fine. You ain't hurting my feelings, because if I'm a casual, you're here. But answer my question, because you never answered it. Do you know there's a no black fighter rule in the offices of Top Rank, aka the WBO? Yes or no? Because I asked you that like 10 minutes ago. Do you know that there's a no black fighter rule in the offices of Top Rank, aka the WBO? Do you know? Yes or no? Because there is. Now, do you think I'm making that up? Do you think I'm just assuming that? Yes or no? Now, Tony, he can't think that far. If he just started watching boxing in the early 2000s, he don't understand what the sport is about. He can't think that deep. He's caught up in the seat sales and people loving on people because of their tattoos and hair. That's what he's caught up in. But I'm talking about the demon work behind the scenes, and they'll brush it off as just us being black and complaining. Oh yeah, Tony, it was okay for everyone to run to Daniel Kinahan and look for work and get business, but Turkey Al-Sheikh, who's not a criminal and has real money, all of a sudden he's the villain. You think Turkey don't see all this shit? You think he doesn't? Y'all think he has Ryan Garcia's best interest? Nah, he gonna pay him. You know why? If Ryan, when this shit ends, he may complain and say, oh, well, you know, he did this and he did that. Turkey gonna be like, I don't know what he's talking about. I paid him over the upside of $30 million. He got paid. What is he screaming about? And he'll smile just like that because he got his ass whooped on the way out the business. And he'll go back to relapsing on drugs and banging Gorlock or letting Gorlock bang him. You notice that Sonic ain't typing anymore, right? Once I started asking about the no black fighter rule in Top Rank, aka the WBO, he stopped typing. The 46-year-old man stopped typing. Ryan will fail because of the business and BS of boxing. And y'all will only call it BS when Ryan starts getting hit with it. But it will all be justified by way of his past actions. And with Ryan's failure, the WBC and Oscar will go away. Now you notice Sonic hasn't typed. You notice that. Because I'm about to get into some things that at 46 years old, his words, not mine, he's not qualified to talk to me about. If you're here every day, I've presented evidence. I've had fighters on the show. I've talked to these fighters. And the other clown that was here earlier, throwing rocks and hiding his hand because he loves Ryan. Once I start talking about racism and his past actions, he just throws the rocks and leaves with the peace sign. Did I say block him or nothing? I didn't do all of that. I need to get these people talking. So Sonic's in here just talking, and he's not listening. I'm not your enemy. If you want to call me out my name and call me a casual, you're entitled to that. But what do I always say here in the Strong House? Time reveals all truth, and a lie is nothing but the long way to the truth. We told y'all about Tyson Fury, and the truth came out. Hey, Sonic, did you know that Tyson Fury is not allowed on American soil? Did you know that? Right. You didn't know that. You're welcome. Ryan's a racist drug cheat. And well, you know what? I could show you, but I could tell you.
I have a question for you. When you hear Tio on the stage and he's spewing, you know, some of the and you think about a year ago when you had your own controversies, what are your thoughts on all of this?
No, I mean, from my perspective, you know, I have my girlfriend right there, and honestly, we say stupid shit together, and we were fucked up, drunk, high on shrooms, and we got on live, and I started.
You heard that? We were effed up, drunk, high on shrooms. I'm like, shrooms? That's normal? Is Devin effed up, high on shrooms? Is your favorite fighter effed up, high on shrooms? Just wondering.
Saying anything, we were fucking, bro, my mind was out of it. But I wouldn't ever attack somebody personally and be like, you know, all that.
I would never attack somebody personally. Wow.
That banana shit and all that shit. 'Cause for me, I made a mistake and I fucked up and I owned up to it, but you're not gonna hear that coming out of my mouth towards nobody. And I got respect for every color in this room.
You gonna apologize to George Floyd's family?
Yeah, 100%. I apologize.
Did he apologize to George Floyd family? This was before the Fatal Fury. This was last year. Did he apologize yet? I'm asking. Sonic, where'd you go? Sonic, where'd you go?
That's all that. You know?
Champ, how do you feel?
Again, if anybody's been in, like,
Oh, nah, Tony. It was a lot of people that were fighting for MTK Global. Josh Taylor was on that list, but he had to work it out. He worked it out. He got off of it, but there was a lot. If you worked for MTK Global, you was banned. But Sonic don't know that. That's why he's quiet now. That's why he's quiet. Because he's recognizing he's not qualified to talk to me, but I'm the casual, though. There's more to boxing than in the ring. Training for 2 or 3 months and then fighting. There's drug testing. There's etiquette. There's your team around you. There's people trying to poison you. You might not only be fighting your opponent in the ring. You're fighting his managers. You're fighting the sanctioning body. You're fighting the syndicate. Yes. Yes. All of this is real shit. Does Sonic even know about Daniel Kinahan? I just did a video last night with his name in it. Yeah, Big, of course. I have the audio. That's why I was waiting for Sonic to say something. Because I was there that night and I have the audio. The late, great Cameron Duncan exposed that. Yep.
I don't know, this generation, people say stupid shit all the time on street.
In this generation, people say stupid ish all the time. What did I just say about this generation? Because somebody was just in here talking about Bad Bunny. This generation, they don't only say stupid ish, they do stupid ish. Can I ask you a question? You asked me about Bad Bunny. Do you wear a dress? Does your son wear a dress? Does your father wear a dress? Do you paint your fingernails? And he's saying this generation. So it's cool for him to walk around with Gorlock the Destroyer? Because I know if Devin was doing that, my chat will have 3,000 people in here clowning him because y'all know I have a relationship with the Haneys. That's what I know. But that's perfect. Gen Z is Gen Zesty. Skinny jeans sagging off your ass so we can see the doodle stains. And y'all in the mirror, the men are in the mirror longer than your girl. And your girl eats carpet and you and your boy practice on each other. Man, get out of here. Come up here with Bad Bunny. Really? I ain't do my live on Bad Bunny yet. And Kid Cudi. I'm asking. That's what you kids, this is normal for you kids? Y'all wear dresses, paint your fingernails, and run around on stage with horse's head on some demonic shit? And he gets the Super Bowl halftime show. To say F you to Donald Trump, are you really saying F you to him? To bring a Latin man who to me is on the wrong side of religion and who's a pillow biter. You want to talk to me? Yo, DJ, I didn't even know who this dude was until like 6 months ago. And I said, what the hell's going on here? What is a Bad Bunny? And it's a dude with a beard that cross-dresses. And you know you got to sacrifice certain things to get ahead in that entertainment industry. And then the Epstein files come out. And then the list comes out. You find out that Jay-Z was there and Beyonce was there and Diddy's a freak, but we got to lock him up. We can't get an Epstein list released to the public. No smoke. You know what? I heard that. My homegirl told me that. I said, well, what's the fascination with him? Does he have bars? And she said, no, he's not really saying anything. I said, wait a minute. What do you mean? You know what she said? She said exactly that. She said, you know how mumble mouth rap gets you mad? I said, yeah. She said that. And then I went on Instagram and I went on TikTok and I find all of these Latin people saying they can't stand him because he's not saying anything. I wouldn't know that. I don't speak Spanish. I said, oh shit. So wait a minute. The same reason why I don't like Lil Uzi and all these other mumble mouth rappers is the same reason why, and I don't understand why they famous. It's the same reason why a lot of Latinos can't stand Bad Bunny, because it's like he's not saying anything. And I was like, what the hell do y'all mean? I saw this one dude, he had me crying, bro. He had me crying. I was like, yo, he was like, see, he didn't say anything just now. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, he said it, but he's like, it's not words. Or go to the kind of be like, hell, well, what's going on? Jen, boom, he's a fairy, then zoom to the moon, Alice, but I like pork. And somehow he made it rhyme. It's like, what the fuck did he just say? What? I didn't know that. I did find out that there's a lot of people that aren't with that shit. A lot of Christians that are like, nah, I don't know. What are they doing? I saw him go on the stage wearing like a hood robe. You know what he looked like? Y'all play Resident Evil 4? It took place in Spain. The dudes running around with the hoods. And it was in Spanish. He's on stage with those dudes. I'm like, what is this? And they're like, that's almost every show. I said, what is this though? Now, you can't tell me there's an Illuminati and people selling their souls and sacrificing their booty hole and all this other stuff. But meanwhile, you're asking me about Bad Bunny on my boxing channel. And you're defending Ryan Garcia and Gorlock and racism and all this other stuff. And then tell me he's the face of boxing. He represents everything wrong in life. And here's the funny part. All I want is to see all of these kids fight, because I'm watching boxing and I get sidetracked by talking about what? The foolishness. But I'm the villain. Listen, they said everything about me. I hate Tank. I hate people from Baltimore. I hate Latinos. I hate Asians. I hate other black people. Are you pro? The dude was just in here. Do you support pro-black? And I asked him a question. Do you support Ryan Garcia? Do you support pro-black? No, don't flip it on me. If you're in this business and you're doing the job, I will support you, because all I see is work. I can't believe that these kids have fan bases and everyone's ducking Devin Haney so bad that he has to go to 154 to fight a unified champion, and nobody's saying anything. Devin's gonna go up there and win 2 belts in one fight. And now he'd be at 54. And all you dudes are running around. And the reason why I put up that picture of Keyshawn Shakur and Ryan's lion ass is because that was the whole plan. And sprinkle a little mellow yellow Tank in that. That was the whole plan. These dudes don't want to fight Devin because it'll bother them to lose to him. Shakur and Keyshawn are already not fighting each other, allegedly. Until you put enough money behind that, Keyshawn going to want to smoke. He's going to want that smoke. But they're already not fighting each other, so they're going to rotate that money between each other. They made a pact with the devil. And all I want is the fights, but I'm the villain here. You hate Ryan. Yes, I do. And the reason why I hate Ryan has nothing to do with boxing. You love Ryan. It has nothing to do with boxing because he hasn't done anything. So when I ask you, why do you love Ryan? I'm met with seat sales. I don't care about that. And you don't. You just love Ryan. You may love him because you're attracted to him, or you may love him because he looks like your people. But y'all come over to black channels and expect us to hold black people accountable all the time. You get that here, but I hold everybody accountable. I have a whole thing called Monkey Tuesday where I shine a spotlight on niggas. Do you have a lame Latino day on your show? And if you see something like that, let me know, because they biting my style. Because I openly disrespect the monkeys every Tuesday. Don't ever in your life tell me I don't. I hold everybody accountable. Y'all don't, because y'all don't have no integrity.
On fucking, group chats, on all that shit. I just ended up saying stupid shit, on live, and I do regret it, and I am sorry for those actions. But like I said, I feel like I made my changes. I got clean and everything, but that doesn't
I got clean. That means he was on drugs. Thank you.
represent me as a person. I want everybody to know that, and I only got love for everybody. And I think that's why everybody in this room knows. And even when I came up to my peers, they're like, man, like Shakur, Keyshawn, they know my heart. They know what it is. I've seen them since amateur. So me and my friend, we were just doing stupid shit at the time.
It was racist ass fault, right?
You gonna apologize to George Floyd's family?
Yeah, 100%. I apologize to all that.
You gonna apologize to George Floyd's family?
Yeah, 100%. I apologize to all that. Yeah, 100%. I apologize to all that. Yeah, 100%. I apologize to all that.
Yeah, 100%. I apologize to all that.
Relax. Let me go in on these niggas.
What's up?
Hey niggers. Okay. Now
Wow.
what? I'm not
Fuck that
mad.
other nigga though.
Fuck no, really. Fuck that nigga.
I smoke that other nigga. No cap. Say something else. I'm gonna come wherever you at and smack the shelter.
Bro, fuck you and fuck Muslims that fucking rape little kids. Bro, fuck all you motherfuckers, bro. You guys are weird as fuck. Fuck all you Muslim ass, fucking weird ass fuckers.
There you go. That's your
You're
man.
gonna regret saying all of this when you
Guess
sober
what?
up,
Guess
man.
what? I will never be touched because I'm with God. I'm with Jesus.
There you go.
Oh my God, you're an idiot, right?
Nico regrets what he says and think Ryan gonna regret what he said.
I won't. I'm not regretting it. I swear to God, I'm not. I've never been touched in my life. Guess what? I bet y'all hate me. Fuck George Floyd.
Oh,
That's
Yeah, I
deep,
know.
man. That's
No,
deep.
no. Fuck George Floyd.
wow.
No,
That
he
nigga-
was used. He was
No,
used
that nigga was
fucking on George
that
Floyd,
nigga
bro.
was a crackhead, bro. He died because he had fentanyl in the system. Bro,
This is-
hey, let's go bring George Floyd back to life and kill that nigga again. Hey, let's go bring George Floyd back to life and kill that nigga again. And guess what? I'm not apologizing for nothing. You ain't gonna catch me apologizing for nothing.
Whoa.
The last time I apologized was never. So y'all can come and try to touch me all y'all want. Shoot me if you want.
Shout out to Caleb Plant, because the rest of you YNs love this kid. Caleb Plant said, you insult my wife, I'm going to get down on you.
I don't give a fuck.
And he damn sure tried.
Obviously, everybody saw the news with Ryan Garcia.
He went on some kind of racial tirade, and then now he's kicked out of the boxing.
Ryan Garcia is just doing too much.
That's a Dominican destroyer, my boy Victor Martinez, pro bodybuilder.
He goes on these rants online.
Rants. Maybe some, dark-skinned brother smashed his girl. The KKK will not let you polish their shoes or wash their dishes. There's no Garcias in the KKK. You're light-skinned, but you ain't white. The racist rants runs deep in many Latino cultures. You cannot go on and just say, oh, Trump is racist. We got freaking Mexicans who are racist. And now I can't wait for his ass to get knocked out and get the racism rattle up inside of him. Ryan Garcia, man. Deal,
Gotta pick it up, Ryan.
This is round 12.
And I was there. Well, I wasn't inside the bubble right there. We was at the after party. We saw the fight on the big screen. Shakur was in there rooting for Ryan versus Rolly, y'all. Why do you think that? Why do you think that? I'm telling you, Shakur and Keyshawn and Ryan, they have some sort of pregnancy pact. So don't ever in your life talk to me about being pro-black. Don't ever in your life talk to me like I'm wrong, and I'm seeing in black and white what's going on. It's in plain view. Fuck black and white. It's in color. Now, I like what my brother No Smoke says. He says, so do you think Turkey forgot this? Really? Yeah. And that's my whole point of the show. If you think Turkey forgot everything that he said, fuck Muslims. For him to put Devin Haney in a position where he would lose for the sake of money, that would be called haram. Look up what that is in Islam. Look up what haram is. Look it up. So one thing that Tank did say that was correct was Devin is Turkey's boy. Yeah, they're friends. But in reference to that fight, that was business. All Turkey told Devin was, you got to win. I'll give you the opportunity, but you got to win. Mellow Yellow said no. You notice Sonic hasn't been back yet? You see what I mean? What, you at work? You driving now? You can't respond? Nobody blocked you. But you let them talk to tell you who you are. All of these guys showed me who they were. Tiafimo, Lomachenko, Shakur, Keyshawn, Ryan. It's weird how I'll give Lomachenko a little leeway because at least he fought Devin. And he fought Devin because Devin requested that fight. They tried to make him fight the first time. And there was a franchise status that was just, it came out of nowhere. So the fight ain't happen. He said Sonic is doing what he does best, running. Exactly. Sonic Hedgehog. Change your name, buddy. You came in here, you tried to fire shots. Listen, that don't work. Show me I'm a casual. He stopped talking when I asked him about the no black fighter rule in Top Rank. And I was waiting for him to call me a liar. Because y'all know I have the audio of Cameron Duncan confirming it. Rest in peace to him. But it's out now. We have it. We have it. Don't call me a casual when you just started watching boxing in 2008. And magically, Paul Williams versus Martinez 1 is your favorite fight. You're 46. He didn't say no fights in the 90s, no fights in the 80s. He gives me Paul Williams versus Martinez 1. Now, I wonder why. And then he mentioned Cotto versus Margarito. I wonder why. I wonder why. And I'm on here talking about open racism. Why is it okay for Ryan to get away with what he's getting away with in your eyes? When I stick up for Devin, I'm called the racist. I'm being called the complainer. I just played the audio of everything that kid said, and we get cats that come up here talking about seat sales. Y'all forgive everything he's done. Y'all think that Turkey's not paying attention. I'm telling you, when this damn thing goes sideways, I'll be here. And we'll talk about it. General's on. Let's head over there and salute to everybody over there that was rocking with me on Rumble. I didn't have to bark too hard, so we have to make the lateral move. But y'all come rock with us, me, Stormy, Coach Hudson. General got a channel over there. He ain't got no content up there yet. You know. So salute to all of y'all. Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, Super Chat. I might do a Simeon Saturday tomorrow. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet, but maybe my next pet talk will be on that Bad Bunny situation and all these pillow biting kids. But you already know what time it is. It's LDBC or nothing, man. Y'all be smooth, man.
Okay, have a crappy weekend. Hope your house burns down.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.